Hello everybody, Torgal here, and welcome back to another episode of Modsauce 2. Check it out. I was very busy setting up a bunch of this auto crafting stuff, okay? Let me give you a quick overview of all the different patterns, all the different alloys. I even have the processors from ME automated, including charged Certus quartz, even though I don't think we'll ever need to make any of that because we have... Where is it? Right here, 3100. I don't think we'll ever need to make it, but just in case, because we have 43,000 regular Certus quartz, the pattern is ready. I also automated the crystal growth chamber. I'm going to show you guys that in a second, to make fluix crystals and all of the pure ones. And then we got the 5 fluid transposers. And if you guys check over here, I got rid of the, whatever it's called, the fluid crafter, the drive with the fluid in it that we had in the fluid monitor, because we cannot fill tesseracts in that thing. You need to fill a tesseract in a fluid transposer. And then, I found other things like glowstone illuminator, and I forgot what the third one was. There was another thing that you can only do in the fluid transposer. So I said to him, I don't want to have one system here for the crafting and then have another fluid transposer setup and so on. So I just went back to the way that I know how to do, and it's working. So we have 5 different fluid transposers: water, lava, glowstone, redstone, and resonant ender. And because they are upgraded, they each hold 80 buckets. So we have 80 buckets here and 80 buckets in the magma crucible. And how this works is simply, I'm exporting ender pearls into this all the time. So whenever I use it, it automatically gets filled up again. The same with redstone and glowstone. And then over here, I simply have our shared lava tank and my water tank here. So these guys are always full with lava and water, just in case I ever need it. Dense cable, and I split it here in the middle. So I have 8 channels over here and 5 channels over here, including this one. You guys see it's hooked up to that, and that's 13 channels coming here, and that works really good. And then, for example, in the interfaces here, I taught it how to fill a resonant ender bucket, and I fill a tesseract frame. And if you check over here, whoops, it is, where is it? Right there. Here is the pattern to make the signalium, which takes that destabilized redstone bucket, and this one, the resonant ender bucket. Okay, I don't have anything set up with glowstone, lava, or water yet, but they are ready. You'll always end up needing them, and that way it's automated. And over here, still these 5, lots of patterns, all the alloys included fused quartz. Here, I taught it how to make clay. Now you have an 80% chance to get 2 clay. So I made the pattern that 1 clay block is 1 silicon. That way, for sure, I always will get 1. If you never just... I could still order 1 and not get any because it's only an 80% chance, but this chance is very high. And here, taught it bronze and enderium ingots. Here, a couple of things like making the signalium ingot, conduit binder, and glass. And here, a bunch of pulverizing stuff. This is probably going to be the first one that I need to add another interface, but that's no problem. We'll get to that when it's time. So now, down here on the power, this one right here, you might have noticed last episode, I forgot to mention it. I got rid of this redstone over here that told the reactor to turn on or off, because everybody on the server has been having issues with that. And I cannot explain why, because it was in the same chunk if you check it. So this was always loaded when the reactor was loaded. But sometimes the reactor either didn't turn on and you ran out of power, or more likely it was just running even though it was full. And I don't know if that has something to do with server restarts, chunks getting unloaded, even though, got a chunk loader here. And I got tired of it, and I went back to my computer craft way of handling it, because I wrote this program a while ago, and it always works. It just works. It's written in a way, and I'm going to put a link to the pastebin to that. All you're going to do is... I write it in the description how to download the program for this, but you put a computer craft reactor port here, and then you slap the computer behind it. And then all you do is write this one command that I'm going to put down there and reboot the computer, and it will automatically work. And there's a few fail safes. Sometimes, when chunks get loaded, the reactor takes a while to form and so on. You guys see it just turned off because it got to 70% and then it turns off. And when it's below 20, it turns on again. So sometimes, you know, the reactor isn't formed, so the computer cannot do anything. So it checks, is there a reactor? No. Wait 5 seconds, then try it again. So this has 2 failsafes. And also if something else is wrong, I don't know how to explain it, it just reboots itself after 5 seconds. That's just written in a way, and I have never had this fail. And added 2 more capacitor banks over here, just so I have backup power, because you guys can see this guy is very busy now. We're using a lot of power. And over here, we had the 2 tesseracts. I added 2 more capacitor banks, because sometimes the reactor is completely empty, especially with these magma crucibles. They draw a ton of power, and then it just takes a while. So I just hooked up altogether 3 capacitor banks for these 2 tesseracts. So I just have some reserves, so this guy has time to kick in and do its thing. And let me show you back here. On these magma crucibles was the first time now that I use these Ender energy conduits, because they can carry almost 21,000 RF. And I actually added a tesseract over here. I had it hooked up to this conduit here, but it just couldn't handle it. When all 5 of these magma crucibles go, they draw so much power with the augments I have in it, it's crazy. Oh, I haven't checked over here in a while. Oh, we're up to 8 septuple. So a couple more sextuple and we're gonna have our first octuple. That's cool. Yeah, and over here is the interface with the processors. So I didn't have to change anything here. All I'm doing is exporting into this chest, and I let Ender IO handle the rest the way it was before. Oh yeah, that goes underneath. And over here is a little change. I put the interface for, you know, making these pure and the regular fluix crystals. And I had to add another wire for power, because the interface does not give the machine power. So don't forget to do that when you hook that up. And I'm still doing the import the same way. Everything here goes into this one interface. So very simple changes. And I added these guys over here just to keep an eye on it. I wanted to know how much I'm producing. I actually made 7 extra Yellorium in about the last 45 minutes. So this guy is using a lot of Yellorium, but the processing keeps going. So now, what do I want to do today before we get started with magic-y stuff? Is I want to hook up these 6 caches. Actually, I'm going to replace the caches and hook them up. Because I'd like to have in the ME system access to all my cobble, gravel, sand, dust, soul sand, and obsidian. But I don't want to have another storage. I want to use this because, you know, this is where I'm producing it all. It only makes sense to me. So, the first thing I want to do is actually get rid of every cobble or acceleration card. Every cobble. Where's my wire? Right there. Let's hook this up. Bam. Well, I only needed 1. Okay. I want to get rid of all the cobble that's currently in the ME system. All right. I still have almost 5,400 in here, for, you know, for mining and just throwing stuff into the ME system. Because when we're done, I want everything to go into the correct storage drawers. So, and also gravel. I know this is quite fast because I barely have any. So now this should export everything here. Gravel, you see the gravel going down. And I'm going to do the same for the soul sand, sand, and the cobble. And then when the ME is empty, we're going to start working downstairs. Alright, all this stuff is out of the ME system. Now everything over here is turned off. So we should not be producing any more soul sand, and all the sifters are off. So we got time and peace and quiet to work down here. Now the first thing is what we're going to have to do is I want to transfer all of these items, which is going to probably take me 15 minutes or so to do, off camera of course, into these storage drawers. And the reason for that is because I would like to be able to add the void upgrade to those. So let's say I'm full on cobble here because this guy is working hard, right? I'm full of cobble and I put cobble into the ME system. I don't want it to start taking up extra space, just void it. Okay, just like we have set up down here in our main storage area. for everything. And you guys see, by the way, I've been upgrading a lot of these to emerald from obsidian because they're starting to get really full. Like the iron is almost full. We got almost 11,000 blocks, so it's crazy. But like we have over here, you know, with the dirt, you see this dirt is full, 10,240. And if I check in the ME, it shows 10,240. So any amount of dirt I put in here, it will put it in here and it just gets voided. So that way, well, it's just cleaner. I like it. There is no reason to have more than 10,000 dirt. What am I ever going to need that for, right? So how we're going to do this here is we're going to set up each one of them. I'm going to make a little station over here. And I'm going to put this to insert. And now I can take this cobblestone, for example, out and put it right there. And before I turn it on, I'm going to put these 15 speed upgrades on here and turn it on. And now it's going to put this. This by default can hold 10,240, we just saw. And a cache only has 10,000. So it's going to empty this out. And then I'm going to take this drawer and put it right back here. We don't need to change anything else on the conduits. All we're doing is replacing the caches with these drawers. And then when we have all these replaced, then we'll go ahead and start upgrading them. Of course, I'm a knucklehead. I forgot to upgrade the drawer. By default, it cannot hold 10,000. So I'm gonna need, and I'm just gonna go. Ooh, I never thought it the obsidian upgrade. Let's teach it that real quick. And I also just remembered that I also did not get rid of the obsidian in the system. So once I made these, I'm gonna go ahead and also get rid of that stuff. So let's put the obsidian right there. Okay, cool. So let's make I'm gonna, oops, if I can spell, I'm gonna need also 7 of these, yes. So let's make 7 of them real quick. Give it to me. There we go, I got these 7. Obsidian. I'm just gonna, oops, take these out by hand real quick. That's fast enough. Nothing else, okay. And now I can void these. I don't need these obsidian anymore. Okay, cool. Now let's go ahead and upgrade this one here. Bam. And now it can hold 10,000. See, it stopped at like 2,000 something. Probably to 2,048, I'm guessing. Yeah. So now I can really empty this all the way and replace every one of these caches. Okay, it's almost done with this one, and I wanted to show how I'm gonna move it, and then there's something I would like to test that I have not tested before. Bam, there it is. Okay, so now this is empty, and of course now I can actually unlock this. Bam, just shift right click, and I can get rid of this and put it in here for now. And then of course you can change this over. So now, if I put this one there, because it's a 10,000, it's going to make 240 more cobble and stick them in there. But I would like to test something here on this first one, and that's easy to test. So first, I want to put the void upgrade, okay? And now with the meta transporter, shift right click, I pick it up, and I put it right there. And now this guy is going to go again, of course. And I think we only have one augment in here. So now let's see, it's gonna take a second. It makes 16 at a time. And then when this gets to 10,240, it's gonna start voiding all the cobble. But here I wanna test, and that is this upgrade right here. It's a status upgrade 1. Down in the basement, we're using the 2, so we get that little bar across to show us how full it is. I don't care about that much here. But I want to see is if I because it's made with redstone, right? With a redstone torch. If I put that on here, and now it shows me it is full. But I want to see if this actually transmits a redstone signal to up here, low. Bam. So now if I do this, it does not stop. That is a bummer. That would have been really cool if this one then actually transmits a redstone signal. Is there a way I can test this real quick? Let's get whatever is. Let's get 2 stones and 2 redstone. and put this here. No, it does not give you a redstone signal. That's a bummer. So that means that one does not work out for what I want to do. Because I wanted this one, you know, when it's full, turn this off. And the same for these over here. It would have been nice to be able to set this up. So, hey, only keep working if this is not full. So I'm going to have to think of a way of how I can do this over here. I'm going to have to think about that. But I'm going to go ahead now and, of course, move all the other caches out and get them filled over here into these drawers. So there's the next one. We're just going to need this, this, and this. And now I can wrench this one out, the gravel, and put it right there, and it's going to fill this with gravel. Okay, and now next time I'm going to be back is when all these are changed over. Alright, so all of these are replaced now, including the manual one here that I use for stone or whatever. And I put some levers up here and changed them to redstone signal low so I can turn them off. Like right now this one was full, but I believe because it had sent a couple more over here to make the dust, I can turn this on for a second. And I did turn on the soul sand production. Is this going? Yeah, it is. Oh yeah, it's sending the sand over here also. So, and I just wanted it to be quiet for now, honestly, for the recording. I'm probably going to let them run all the time because I don't really care if I'm wasting a little power, as long as I can, you know, void if they are full. So, now, the next thing, of course, is we're going to need storage buses over here. So there's two, actually, right, and left. Why don't we keep this? But this way I can save on cables. All right, let's just go like this, like that, that, and that. And I don't know why I made 7, 3, 6. Okay, let's get rid of this one. Now, what we're gonna do first is right-click it and then say configure the partition based on currently stored item. It's gonna set it to obsidian, and I'm gonna set this to +1000. Like we always do, bam. Just to make sure that the priority is always the highest possible. We'll always go for this storage first, just like we have it down in the storage room. And these two. So now this is all set up. Now, the problem is, guys, if you check, there's barely any room, right? If I take this wrench in my hand. I can't really come with the ME cable from the back. From the front, I could come from up here, but not here. I then would have to come through here. Anyways, I never tried these here. They're from Ender.io. They're very simple to make, ME conduits, and I wanted to try them out. I have no idea how they work. So, let me see. Can I put you here? Yes. Now, can I hook up this red cable to you to come over here? Oh my god, yes. That is amazing. That is cool. That way I can save a lot of space. So, now this is set up to ME. Sorry guys, I'm really excited about that. That's awesome. I've never used these before. So, here, and then we're gonna need another one right there. Cool. And then, of course, what are you? Who are you? Why? Who are you? Why are you over here? Oops. Disable. We don't want any water coming over here. But I want this guy to come here and then down. Oh my god, that is cool. So now we're gonna have to figure out. I brought this cable over here. I think that I can go. No. Oh, well, I guess what I can do is hook this up and bam. So the ME cable comes to here, and then the rest we're gonna do behind it. And of course, then I'm gonna have to figure out how I can close these holes if I can use the Ender.io conduit facades. So this guy needs to come over here, and then I guess we'll just come over like this. This is such I'm not gonna say a mess because it's not a mess, but look at the amount of conduits and stuff we have, guys. All right, so from here we need to come there, 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 and now it's connected. I think that is it. Let's check. Something just shifted. I see 10,240 gravel, 10,240 cobble, sand, dust, soul, sand, and obsidian. Guys, awesome. It works. This is slick. I like it. Now I don't need to worry about, getting cobble into the ME system for making pistons and whatnot. And what did we have down here? I think down here on the bottom, yeah, we had these fans. And then up here, I'm gonna have to make, well, here I can close this off again because there's nothing in here. So I'm gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4 facades, and up here, I'm gonna say, I should say ME facade, and this one, we're gonna use this facade. Already had one. Get rid of this. So I'm gonna need to make, oops, I was already here. Anchor, let's get, actually, I think I already have a bunch. Yeah, there they are. Let's just take these with us and let's see if we can connect this. So, oh no, that's the wrong facade. I want these arrows. My bad. Anchor, oh, I have them here. So make me 4 of these, please. Bam. Bam. Like nothing ever happened. And over here, 1 more. And then up here, I need the regular laboratory block, like that. And now I should be able to close. I love it. I love it. And IO is getting better by the day. Every day it's getting better. So this is still going up. Yeah, 10,023. And of course, now I can turn all these on again because I don't care. The obsidian will always run. The cobble will always run because they don't need any power anyway. And I think this one right here, I'm just going to wait until it gets up to 10,240. And actually, no, who cares? We got over 10,000. I just turned that production off. That is sweet, isn't it, guys? And now, of course, I can turn on my regular ore processing again. Make me stuff. Oh, yeah. Let me know how you guys like this. I'm really digging these ME conduits. They are amazing. I wish I would have played around with them earlier because, I mean, over here, with the power coming up the back, I could have used... Nah, that's fine. Anyways, guys, so now we got this set up and we have access to all this stuff from our ME system. The next project that we're gonna do now cost me a lot of gray hair, guys. Last night we tried to figure this out for Renovate, and we actually have it done for him. I think I'm gonna show you guys real quick so you have an idea. Where's he at? Right here. Just so you can see how it works for him, but it does not work for me that way. He also has a spawner set up over here. Hope I'm not spoiling anything, Renovate. Sorry if I do. He has a... Oh, never mind. I think he's rebuilding this. That was just a room with an auto spawner. Oh, wait. Here it is. Yeah, this is it right here. Sorry. And you guys see, you probably can see. Let me put on my night vision pants so you can see a little better. You guys see he has a wireless receiver here with a red alloy wire. And when he turns it on, let's try this real quick. You guys see it turned purple. So that means the wisps are spawning. I did exactly the same thing. I cannot power this guy. Let's go back home. And I'm going to show you a couple different ways that I've been working on. Am I really out of power or is this only tricking me? Hello. There we go. Okay, it was just not loaded in. Okay. So I tried. Let's see here. I tried these wireless from WRCBE. I tried... from RF Tools, the redstone transmitter and receiver, and I got them to work, but I could not power it. Then I tried redstone energy conduit, redstone conduits from Ender.io. I tried rednet cables. I tried just alloy wire. I tried redstone trails, everything. I cannot power a tier 5 soul cage, the spawner, okay? And let's go ahead and set this up here and show you guys the way I figured it out how to do it. The only other way I can do it is, let me show you here. Let's put down the cage first. Nothing can happen. This is the cage. And then when I right click this with the tier 5 soul shard, you guys see, now it's loaded. It still says empty soul cage, which I think is a bug in itself. It's supposed to show you, hey, there's wisps in here or something. But the only other way I was able to do it is if I put a lever on here directly and flip it. Then it always worked. Anything else I tried with a repeater going in, with wires, everything. I could not get this guy to turn purple. I don't know, it must be bugged or whatever. But let me show you here how now I fixed it. Oh, I got it to work. So we got a lever over here with redstone conduits going all the way over here to this facade. And you guys see it's connected to the top. And the way we are doing it is we're setting a piston on top here with a redstone block. So now if I give this a signal, the redstone block gets pushed into the cage and that works. I don't know, because it's weird, because redstone, there's 15 different redstone strength. I get that part. But otherwise, if redstone powers something, I don't think there's different APIs or whatever there are, okay? It's supposed to just work. So I believe that this Soul Shard Reborn is really bugged right now, but we are getting it to work. And now let's go ahead, and we got 4 Tesseracts here and 4 grinders. What I tried first is I only had a grinder here in the middle, and then I used these guys right here. Mob Manipulator from Practicalities. And when you give this a redstone signal, it does suck in mobs in the vicinity very slowly. I had them 1 here and 1 there, and they did not suck further than like 2 blocks away. So everything else in the room did not get sucked into this 5x5 that I wanted in front of the grinder. So then I just said, you know what? Let's not mess around. We're gonna use 4 grinders in this room. It's total overkill, guys. Honestly, it's nuts. You guys are gonna see. So we got these, and now let's set up these 3 grinders, which 4 grinders. Ooh, this one placed right away. Cool. Huh. But not these 2. Okay. All right, we can turn these around. Another weird thing here with MFR is how long it takes until this actually registers for it to turn around. But oh well. I'm not kidding, guys. I really got a lot of gray hair from trying to figure out how to power this guy. I almost gave up and went with a powered spawner, but that would have sucked because, you know, I grinded out these 1,024 kills there. Or divided by 6. But it still was a lot. Anyways, oh, sorry. All these Tesseracts here are set to the Cursed Earth channel, the same one. And I'm sending items and receiving energy. Okay? So I don't care about the mob essence we're getting here because we generate that so fast if we want to. But the items also get pushed into the Tesseract. And then over here I have a chest. And I'm so sorry, I probably did not think this through when I built the Thaumcraft room, how dark it is. But here's another Tesseract, and I'm going to put this underneath this compact chest. And this one is set to only receive items, and it's going to put that in that chest. Eventually, this is going to go into our Thaumcraft ME system, right? And then we're going to use it to make, what is it called? Aspects, right? Vis is in the wand, and aspects is the other stuff. Yeah, well, you guys know what I mean. Ordo, Ignis, Perditio, and all that stuff. Okay, so now this is actually done. Once you know how to do it, it's very simple. And now let me show you guys how crazy this is. So we flip this. You see, it turned purple. And there's always like 6 to 8 spawn at once. Now just check out how fast these are spawning. This is absolutely bonkers. The noise is crazy too. Look at how many there are. I'm actually glad that I went with 4 grinders now, because I think that one could never keep up. This would be bonkers. And check it out. Look at the items. Look how many ethereal essences we already have. In what, 15 seconds? So, yeah, this is gonna run here for a while, guys. I want this chest to, you know, almost fill. And then we're gonna, like I said, figure out where we're gonna put the ME system and so on. But I wanted this to get going. Let me get out of here because it's really loud, at least in my headset. Over here, you guys see I've started tunneling out and kind of planning out on, because I need some side rooms. Here is the infusion altar. I don't really want to put anything else in here besides jars and stuff that we'll need in the beginning, and later on everything is going to be handled via the ME part of Thaumcraft, which I'm really looking forward to. I've never used it. Check out the 2 banners. Mike actually got those for me. He found them in these eldritch circle obelisk things. I don't know what they're called. And I have to figure out what to do with the bats, because I do have light, and if you, I guess there's 1x over here. Hey, what happened here? What's happening? Why is there a hole? We got a hole. We can't have that. Oh yeah, and I automated a bunch of other things like the dark glass, black stained glass, basalt, the polished, and oh, they're probably coming from over here because all this is not lit up yet. Okay. Because this room here, I didn't have any bats spawn before. So yeah, but they're all coming from here, and with the night vision pants, you just can't see. And I really, I am going to work on this, guys. I'm sorry. I'm looking on my other screen right now, and looking at this wall, it's just black. On my monitor itself, where I'm playing, you can see it. There is a clear difference. So I am going to see if I can maybe replace some of these so you can see it better. I mean, here it's okay, I think. It's not too bad. But in post-processing, I'm going to go ahead and crank up the gamma for this part now, and then between episodes, figure out on what I'm going to do with this black here. Because, I mean, this is going to be terrible. We are going to spend some time in here, you know. And I want to make sure that you guys can see well. Let's check again. Look at this. This is nuts. I've never done this before, so I'm really excited. I've never used these to smelt them down and then get the actual aspects and use those for, you know, the infusions and all this stuff. Wow. This is nuts. Anyways, guys, today was cleaning up with AE, continuing with the auto crafting and setting this up in preparation. And next episode, we are probably going to get going with some Thaumcraft. I'm going to have these rooms ready, have this redone here, so it's nicer to see. I'm gonna have to see when I edit the video how bad it is, but I think that if I switch maybe mostly to the arcane stones, it's probably gonna be a lot easier to see than the basalt. I thought it was gonna look cool, but no. Alright guys, anyways, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Let me fly up there. That's gonna be our screenshot right here. Hold on. Oh yeah, that's the screenshot right there. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and as always, if you did, please don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps me out. And on that note, guys, take care, stay safe, and bye-bye.